Hi, it's Jude here at Kent Golf Club Repairs based at Manston Golf Centre. Just thought I'd do a quick tour of a new workshop. It's been moved over and it's now based at the range at Manston Golf Centre. I'm going to show you around the workshop. If you've got any questions, then please comment below or send me an email. I hope you enjoy. Hi, right, okay, so this is the workshop. This has been moved. We're now at Manston Golf Centre. Kent Golf Club Repairs is based here. That's a window into the shop so people can see. You can come along and see me do the repairs. So we'll just have a quick tour. Hopefully it won't take so long, maybe about 10-15 minutes. So as we come in, on the left we have a graphite shaft remover. So what we do, we can get club heads off, or we can get adapters off golf clubs. There's a golf shaft in there at the minute with an adapter on. So we put a little device in the end and that basically screws in, and we clamp it all in. We then get the hot air gun. Okay, so here's the hot air gun. And we heat the adapter. Okay, so it's made out of aluminium, so it does conduct the heat quite quickly, so it doesn't take a lot of heat. And we can wrench it up, torque it up, and then that adapter will just slide off and it won't damage the graphite shaft. Okay, so graphite, it's very, very fragile, so that's why we don't use a flame on it, and we use hot air because it doesn't take a lot, and we just got to be very, very careful. So try not to remove graphite golf clubs if you haven't got the right tools. I wouldn't say it's a particularly difficult job if you've got the right machine, but if you haven't got the right machine, it can be an absolute nightmare, and you would end up damaging a shaft which is possibly quite expensive, because graphite can be quite expensive depending on what shaft you have. Right, okay, so we're going to go on to, let me just take that one out. So, let's just take that out. There we go. Right, move out of the way. Okay, so we've then got another machine. So this is a golf shaft frequency analyzer, so it can measure shaft flex. Okay, so when I build golf clubs, we need to make sure we get the right flex. Obviously, we tip the shaft if need be, and we can soft step, hard step. So before we make it, just double check the flex. So we pop the shaft in. I was going to say ready in a second. Okay, there we go. So it's gone ready. So I'll pop the shaft in. It's not glued, so I've just popped the head on. So you can see that head comes off. Yeah. Pop a head on. This is the set I'm going to make. It's my next set. So a nice set of Yonex. Okay, so we get that on. We'll just zero that, and then we give the head a nice little prong down. Reset that. Okay, so 276. So I'll press that again. 277.9, and then one more, and then we can get a nice average. So we'll say 278. Okay, the shaft length is 39 inches long, and we have a look at the chart, one or the other, and we have a look at that frequency. So 178 with a 39 is around about 4.5. Okay, so it's about a regular shaft, slightly soft, so this probably needs to be tipped a little bit. But yeah, so that's the shaft frequency machine. We then go up to the digital swing weight machine. So this is when we make golf clubs, we have to build them, and obviously a 9 iron and a 4 iron should feel the same, and we use what we call the swing weight scale to do that. It's been around for years. You can do MOI matching, moment of inertia. I do swing weighting because it's a little bit more, well, it's an easier process, and if you do MOI you have to make up a lot of golf clubs. It takes a long time. So swing weighting is pretty standard. It's what the guys on tour use, so it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. So I've just got a club in here, and this one comes out at around about 2.9. I'll just let the golf club stop vibrating. There we go. So there we go, D2, 1.9, so D2 we're calling it, but 1.9 officially. Okay, so if I think this is a 2 iron, so if I had to make more, I would have to make sure that a 9 iron still swings at D2. And how we do that, we use different weight tips to balance the golf club. As you go through the set, the heads do change weight, so they get heavier as the club gets shorter. So if I had to change the swing weight, I'd have to add weight or remove weight. You can remove weight by drilling out the hosel a little bit, or you can add weight by adding one of these, or you can back weight it if you wanted to. It doesn't happen very often because it makes the whole golf club a bit too heavy. But these go in the butt, and you can add weight underneath the handle. Don't use that very often. Like I said, it makes the head too heavy. That's the whole golf club too heavy. Okay, so talking about making golf clubs shorter and swing weight in it, if you've got a driver, this is a hot melt gun, so what it does is it heats up, you turn it on, it heats up, and if you've had your driver shortened, you should really have had weight put into the head. You can do this by using the weight chips on the back of a lot of golf clubs now, but if it's a standard golf club with that, you can't do that. There are you can add hot melt, so you can maybe a hole in the head somewhere, you can drill that out, and we add weight into the bottom of the head, inside the head, and it just adds weight. And that's another way of changes the sound a little bit, but you can move the weight around to make it a little bit more draw biased or fade, or just obviously get the right swing weight. If you position it high or low, it can change the height and trajectory as well. So there's quite a bit we can do with hot melt, but yeah, I don't use it that often, but it's a service that I offer. Here's a set of golf clubs that I'm going to be making. This is my next set. So I've got the heads, the grips, and we've got the shafts. I did post, and we're now going to put black ferrules on them, not white. You might wonder what this is. This is just a little air heater. So when I glue stuff, the glue I use takes about 15 minutes, and a nice temperature, I think it's about 35, maybe 40 degrees. So I basically line up the golf club here. There's a thermometer here, so if I put my finger on it, that temperature will probably go up. Here we go, you can see it go up. Okay, so I use that to measure the temperature, and then there's a countdown timer. As soon as I know it's gone down to 0, an alarm sounds, and I know that the glue should be dry. Okay, pretty simple system. You can also do that to warm up ferrules, to push them down, so you can line up all the ferrules on the end of the golf shafts here and turn it on, and it just softens the ferrules, so it helps them go onto the heads a little bit better. Okay, so we've got also got a trusted drill. We need a drill, lots of battery packs, so one standing by or two standing by. Obviously lots of drill bits and certain things that we use for tipping. And then we've got a little chart here where you can compare similar shafts and how they feel and what they play like. This is fishing wire. Okay, so you might wonder why I've got fishing wire here. Basically, when you glue golf clubs and you need to line up the shaft, the heads can sometimes be a bit floppy on the end, so you can put a little bit of fishing wire at the bottom of the hosel or inside the hosel on the shaft, and it just makes it a little bit of a tighter fit, so you can line stuff up, and then it just glues and it's absolutely fine. So nice little tip. And this is a club ruler, so you can measure golf clubs on here, and this is the glue we use. Sets in for 10 to 15 minutes. They say 5, but I like leaving it 15, and if you possible, leave it overnight. But yeah, you can play it pretty quickly. There's a set of shafts I'm going to be putting into my new golf clubs, and we've got a little scale because we have to weigh stuff all the time. These sheets here are, let me get this right, I think it's called PTFE sheets, PTFE. So basically nothing really sticks to it. So I mix my glue on here, pop it onto the golf clubs, and then obviously when the glue dries, I know the golf clubs are set, but I can then easily scrape it off and pop it in the bin. And I don't have to go through loads of card and stuff, so that's where they belong, that's what they're there for. So we measure golf clubs on here, so I put the golf club in, and we get a golf club. So we get the golf club, and we pop it into there, and then we go along here, and we can check how long it is. Okay, so pretty simple. Okay, what next? So look to here, we've got swing weights, and we've got loads and loads of ferrules, lots of different colours, lots of different shapes and sizes. Got adapters in here, so we've got adapters for golf clubs. Yeah, swing ports, bits and pieces, yeah, and there. Yeah, so lots of stuff. We've got a heat blow torch to help get shafts off, club heads off shafts. In regards to the chop saw, so you'll see there's a bit of a contraption around it. That's just to help me reduce mess in here. So all the machines have got like a extraction system on them. So if we go around here, so you can see that draws off, lots of air is pumped out, and all the sparks and everything go down there, so it reduces the mess. So we go on here, sometimes this is like a magnetic rice, so I can take that off, pop it back on, turn the button, and now can't get that off, that's pretty secure on there. This is where I do my wedge stamping, so I put the wedges in here, I've got all the stamps and the tape and stuff like that. Pens, so we've got the pens, all the different colours I do over here. So if you like a colour, then you can get your wedge stamped, or just fill in numbers on the bottom of your golf clubs. People can do it so they can't see. I've posted a couple of things that people can't see, so I can make them a bright colour. Also I've got an iPad links to the TV. TV's got Netflix on, which helps it sometimes as well while I'm working. And so I obviously have to look at product specs, so I can just load it up here, have a look at the iPad or in the TV, and make sure I can just check the specs are all right, because I don't know everything. Okay, so back to the machines. Okay, so this is a drill, you need it, so pop the golf club in here and we move that down. Obviously this is collecting dust, so I can turn on the system. Okay, so we'll just turn that on. I've got gates all, so I can close that gate, open that gate, and now you can see that will just pick up all the dust. Okay. If I'm using a grinder, I can open that gate, close that one, and there it is, air coming out of there. Okay, so that just keeps dust and everything away. So here, grinding, you can prep end the shafts. You can then use this one for grinding, getting sole wedges. You can change the grind on them, and just generally use that to, you know, try and get the right bounce and everything on the wedges. Okay, moving on. Kettle's not for tea. You can use that to help get the ferrules off. Never made a cup of tea with that one. Trusty vice, every workshop should have one. Okay, so we've got a ferrule turning down station here. So I'll just get a golf club. So the belt's not fitted on this at the minute, so I need to fit a new belt. So, but basically that goes into there, and then we can turn down the ferrule. There'll be a belt there, and we turn that, okay, around, and we can, so that turns around, and we can get the ferrule flush. And then this little thing here is you put the golf club in, again whiz it round, and it just finishes the ferrule like so, it's brand new. Sign of a good club maker is if the ferrule is really good. Okay, so have a look at that, and hopefully you'll see any work I do. Ferrule's really good. Okay, so here again, this is a machine I use quite a lot, so we can put the golf club in here, and this is a sharp blade, so mainly for graphite really. If I use steel on this, it sort of tends to wear it down quite a lot, so I use graphite, and you can see we can tip it, what we call tip it, and it's got a little measurement here. I always use a pen and a ruler. And then this is to prep shafts. It's just a belt sander, and you can prep, take the paintwork off, and then prep the shaft ready for gluing. There's another ruler here. Okay, so let me get another golf club. So I just have this because I can measure shafts in this as well, but we can get the golf club into the end on this one, and then we can come down and you can measure the length of the golf club. And interestingly, if we had a putter, putters are measured differently, so we just turn that around, and then the putter is up at the end, and then we can work out the length because it's measured differently. But we'll just pop that back, and that's back there for irons. Okay, something you might have not known. Okay, another busy part of the workshop is the gripping station. So the brown tape is to add thickness, and this is double-sided tape. Golf club goes into here, and we've got a tray to collect the white spirit, goes down underneath. I get to use it again. Okay, we've got lots of storage in the workshop, so the cupboards are filled with stuff. In here I think we've got tape and sanding belts. I'm not going to go through all of them. This one, I think we've got some extra units, little drawers. This is where the vacuum, so everything goes in there. Got a little cyclone in there, and that's where hopefully I won't have to empty it for a few years. And then here obviously more, there's a putter loft and line machine, so that comes out and I fit it into here, and you can do your putters. Okay, so we're going through, obviously got the shafts, we've got the glue, we know where the fishing line is for, and then we come round and we have a, let me just get this off. Okay, so this is the digital loft and line machine. So, oh, it's not plugged in. Okay, let me just plug this in. Bear with. Okay, hang on. Right, so we'll just find get it plugged in. There we go. Right, so sorry about that. So we turn that on, okay, and this is where we measure loft and lie. So this will go, we'll just have to set that. So well worth noting, hang on, there we go. So you can see when I put the golf club in, it can change the loft and lie. Also important to note that when we're doing loft and lies on here, it's good to change the loft by a certain degree. It's very accurate for that, but I always then get it on an actual loft and lie machine and just measure it the old way, just to make sure because obviously they don't need to be calibrated, they're pretty normal, so you just double check. So just to double, make sure you get it right, double check it. That's my method, motto anyway. So there we go. So we've got loft and lie machine. This is, you've seen the extraction system, quite proud of that. That keeps the mess to the minimum. Done. Oh, here's a little grind. So there's a little sort of buffing wheel, so we can buff up the wedges once we've sort of changed the grind. And there we go. So I think that's everything. Yeah. So if you like the look, if there's anything you want me to go over, and there's a picture of the shop. Okay, as you go through. If there's anything you want me to go over, then just make a comment below, and I'll be happy to help you out. I'll do a video of making these go on soon, so hopefully you'll see that. Yeah. Thanks for watching. That was great. I hope you've seen enough. You can see we can do virtually any repair here. Build golf clubs, swing weight, and we've got the hot melt. It's all there. We've got lots of shafts in stock. You might have seen them on the wall. Okay. So if you have a broken golf club, then generally we can get them done and fixed in 24 hours. So sometimes while you wait, it really depends on whether I'm around. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed that. Please comment below, share, and yeah, any questions, let me know. Hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.